Hello, my name's Trina Toth. I'm here to talk to you about information-intensive environment. My placement was at Hammett Bowen Elementary, third grade classroom. My cooperating teacher was Ms. Ortiz. There were no children around in the classroom when we were videoing or taking pictures. Introduction. Classroom environment should consist of activities that engage and promote text and language awareness. Teachers should create a print-rich environment where print is not only present but is used in many ways to show the many purposes to children and that they're familiar with its purpose. The first indicator promotes opportunities for students' extended text discussion to enhance comprehension, promote motivation, and student engagement. In the mornings, Ms. Ortiz has centers. They do 2 centers every morning, and they have 10 all week long, so they do 2 a day. They go to the centers and pick their tubs. The different tubs do different things. This is vocabulary. They take their vocabulary words and the definition, and they have to match them. Here is your guided question grid. They take stories, this is like a small story from the Wonders book, and they have to create questions from there. That's where you use your who, what, where, when, why, and how. And depending on the extent of the question is how many points you earn for that. Here is read and respond. You're going to read it's a story in the Big Wonders book. You're going to read it, and then there's questions for you to respond to. Here is one of my favorites. It's the Scholastic books, or Scholastic magazine. They read that together, and then they discuss it. They take turns discussing it. They talk about the questions, and then they answer the questions together. So it's very interactive. Of course, all of these centers are very interactive. This is Read and Comprehend. That's where they're reading, and then they write the main idea in their passport. Their passport is their journals that they keep for the week. And here is another reading comprehension. Well, it's just a closer shot of that. So it's the same thing. They just read it, and then they're able to recall the story and write in their passport. All right, indicator number 2. Create an environment where students practice appropriate social and academic language to discuss diverse texts. Here we have wonderful words. All throughout the one side of the room, they have their vocabulary words that they post up each week. They have it all around the room, and this is kind of early in the year, so there's not very many words filled in. They take these words and they find them in their bold print in their books. If they find them not in bold print in their books, they get extra treats or stars, which at the end of the week they get treats. So they constantly are looking for these words and their meanings. And here's another place that does a lot of looking for words and vocabulary and teaches you how to do the table of contents. It teaches you how to look for the bold prints. There's diagrams and labels. This wall here is up all year round, and it's something that the kids did for them for an activity to promote print-rich environment. Provide an environment that supports wide reading of print and digital text, both information and literary, to enhance vocabulary. Here we have the whiteboard. This here is wonderful for the DBQs. The teacher puts the stories up, and they're able to talk about it and interact with it. They go up and they circle things. They can see the actual print while the teacher's reading it or the other students are reading it aloud. It's there for everyone to see. It's nice that whiteboards get everybody interactive to where you can do a group activity much easier. And then we have iPads that the kids are able to use. They kind of do those quietly in the library. They can get them and do little games on them. I'm not sure what games on them. There are little literary games for them to play. And here is our computer center, which we use Waterford for interactive learning. They can learn new vocabulary. They do songs, learning activities. It's just real interactive and keeps them involved and interested, and they're ready to learn when they're on the computers. Our last indicator is use resources and research-based practices to create informational intense environment. This here is our media center, or their student library that they get to use. They have their little bulletin board here that kind of, this is their center groups that they go to in the mornings, their jobs that they have, which and their class schedule. So they kind of know what's going on all throughout the day because their class schedule's always up. They go to the media center, their little library, to have quiet time and read. We have several diverse books here. They're cultural diverse. There are ESOL books in there. Several levels for them to read on because not all students are at the same level, so there's several different levels for them to be at. Okay, in conclusion, vocabulary and language are important skills that can be developed more effectively in a print-rich environment. Teachers carefully plan the physical layout of the classroom, providing several discrete areas in the room where children can interact with peers and materials. And there are my references. Thank you.